Well, look, for example, Jonathan Majors, in his latest film, Magazine Dreams,
Right.
there was an implied gay scene. Right now, you didn't see him get his back blown out, but essentially there's a scene in there where, spoiler alert, his idol, this male bodybuilder, ends up having sex with him. Right. And you see him kind of wake up the next morning in bed with the guy. The guy walks out and, walks out of the bed naked, talking to his wife, while Jonathan is sitting on the edge of the bed, basically looking like he regrets what he just did.
Right.
So he did essentially, you could say that he did a gay, he had a gay part in a movie, an implied gay part in a movie. There are certain actors, like you mentioned, Denzel, that has turned down a lot of films because they felt that their overall image would be affected by this role, right? Even like, was it kissing, what's her name?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Brief. He knew his fan base was heavily black women.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to turn off his fan base by giving himself to a white woman.
Right.
And he's the hottest, sexiest black male lead actor on the planet. So, and if he does that, black women will get upset and go, see, always got to go with the white bitch.
Yeah.
Okay?
And also, he actually went on, this was an old interview, I'm sure you've seen this, where he talked about one of his early roles they offered him was, it was like the black man that can't die or something.
Yeah, and then he talked about how, what if they made a movie about a Jewish guy and getting gassed or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
he's also said he's never been big on doing slave shit. Even though in Glory,
he played a former slave. Yeah. And he won the Oscar for that.
Right.
His first Oscar.
And again, we talking about the director, who I can't remember his name, but was a big deal. The talent that he was surrounded by, Andre Braugher, Morgan Freeman,
Edward Zwick.
Carrie Elways, Matthew Broderick. It was a stellar cast. It was a well-written movie. It was a director with some gravitas.
There's that word again.
So come on, man. You pick and choose your battles for whatever reasons you want to choose them. And I'm going to tell you something. It's very sad that black people as a community, we hinder ourselves because that's some shit that gets passed down generationally. Hey man, don't be on that gay shit. Listen to what I'm saying and stop being so quick to rebuttal.
Okay.
I'm telling you, within the black community, there is this feeling of machoism where you go, you gotta walk this way, you gotta talk this way, keep it real, keep it hood. And a lot of them same niggas don't leave their block. A lot of them same niggas don't got passports that get stamped because they so interested in a block when there's a whole big, beautiful world out there to explore. And we're not just talking about the world itself. We're talking about creativity, art. That's a part of it. That's a part of maturity and growth that a lot of niggas, because they so interested in being hard and macho, you're denying yourself, or you might potentially be denying someone in your family who's young, who's trying to soak up all this information like a sponge. And if you hit him with all that bullshit, you might stop the next potential great big artist because you've incorporated into this young person's mind, man, don't be on that gay shit. You gotta be hard, nigga. Instead of going, hey man, that was my life. This is your life. If that's your passion, if that's what you feel is your calling, if that's your talent, I'm gonna nurture that. I'm gonna help that. So you can get out of this predicament that we live in called the ghetto and be better than us. I love that Jadakiss has a line in one of his songs. Can't remember the song, but he goes, and when you take my son to the Gucci store, show him the loafs. I'm not something, I'm just showing you growth.
Mm. Well, look, Michael Jai White's a good friend of mine, right? We talk all the time, and he's like, oh, I'm going to put you in my next film. I was supposed to be in Outlaw Johnny Black, as a journalist or something, but ultimately that didn't work out. But he's like, oh, I'm going to throw you something, for the hell of it. It's not something that I'm looking to get paid for. It's just my friend. But if he called me up and said, hey, man, I got a role for you. You got to wear a dress, or you got to be a gay character, I'd say, no, I'm good.
And that's your choice.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to be macho. It doesn't mean that I don't respect the craft or whatever else. It's like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to present myself in a certain type of way, even if it's a big opportunity. Even if like Scorsese called me. I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
I know I've said it here on your pod. A lot of black people try to associate black men in dresses with trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Emasculate us, break us down. And like I said, it's about perspective and balance. There have been far more black men not in dresses, in respectable roles, dignified roles, doctors, lawyers, cops, sports figures, autobiographical people, great husbands, loving fathers, superheroes. So if the scales of balance are like this, and all the dignified roles that show black men in great, powerful positions are this heavy, and the roles of black men in dresses, predominantly, let's be honest, it's a comedic thing.
Yes.
Are like this. We can have that. We should be able to have some of this if this far outweighs this.
Yeah. No, look, am I going to knock Dave Chappelle for wearing a dress in Robin Hood, Men in Tights? No, I don't care.
Like, when are we as black people going to get rid of this boogeyman shit? Man, that white man, he out to the boogeyman. White man, the boogeyman. No, sometimes we're the biggest boogeymen. Get out of our own way.